Okay, so my mind capture is about a shape charge, which is basically a way to focus an explosion so that it goes through something um, as best as it can. So here's a control test of a firecracker blowing up a styrofoam plate just strapped to the styrofoam plate. As you can see, the damage is uh, noticeable, but certainly minimal. The hole is small, and the styrofoam plate is intact. For this next test, I wanted to create something that I would do if I was trying to create a bigger explosion without knowing about how a shape charge works or the physics behind it. In this test, we shaped tin foil around a firecracker to try to condense more of the energy towards the styrofoam, and you'll see the results here in a second. As you can see, the hole is slightly bigger, but really the explosion that occurred from the foil on the cracker and just the control test are pretty equatable. So I don't think that the foil really focused much of the energy. What you're going to see next is my creation of a shape charge, and basically it constitutes a bag of water in front of a firecracker that's lit and then does considerably more damage. So I'll let the video speak for itself. As you can see, the new explosion separated the styrofoam plate into 3 sections, where before the control test only put maybe a quarter-size hole through the styrofoam. I want to reiterate that the only thing that has changed from my control experiment is my introduction of the bag of water in front of the firecracker. So in the upcoming sequences, I'm going to explain to you how a shape charge works and where in the real world this technology is implemented. A shape charge is an explosion which travels through a substrate and over a cone. This cone becomes inverted and creates a point of super penetrative force, highlighted in red here. The way I created a shape charge was by putting a rubber band around the bag of water. This created a conic section to the bag. This conic section, coupled with the explosion of the firecracker, created this high-pressure stream of water which busted through the styrofoam plate. This was pretty rudimentary, but a great way to see a shape charge in action is the high-explosive anti-tank round and M1 Abrams fires. The upcoming is from a National Geographic documentary on the tank.
Heat rounds use an explosive charge to penetrate armor. At its nose, the charge has a sensor. When the sensor hits the target, it ignites the explosives inside the shell. This heats the copper lining of the charge to thousands of degrees Fahrenheit. The molten copper is compressed into a narrow jet that blasts through the armor at up to 25 times the speed of sound. The intense temperatures liquefy the metal in the armor, sending lethal shards of hot metal throughout the tank, hitting the crew.
The high-explosive anti-tank round operates on the same principle that my bag of water and a firecracker does. It's all a shape charge.